Taking a lot of time. Let's just wait for 1 more minute, otherwise I'll just refresh it out again. Hmm. Okay, now let's do the customer table. So here you would see there is an option of lookup page ID. Now, what is this lookup page ID? And here I am specifying a page that is customer lookup. So this is a page. So whenever someone will look for customer in any of the form, this would pop up. This page should pop up, customer look. So what we were doing here, we were pressing the country region code, right? Or the city. Let's go to the country region code table and then see what lookup they have applied, right? So let me, here I'll open the inspect pages first so that you can understand it more clearly. Right. So this is a customer card and this is customer. So as soon as I click on this, so you can see the page has changed and the table has also changed. So post goes the table. So let me go to the city table to see the country region. Just close this. Yeah. So here you can see that whenever someone will look for the country region, the lookup page ID is country region. So this is a page, right? If I go here, the country region, and if I look onto this and click on select from full list, then you will see that this is the page, country region, right? The same that they have provided it here, country region. So lookup page ID means whenever someone wants to look for the fields from a different page. So this is the customer card page, right? And I want to get the records of this table, this in this field from a different table. So this country region is a field of my customer card, right? This is the field of my this table, customer table. But here in the values, I want these values from some different table, right? So how I can do that? I can specify a lookup page ID. Then whenever someone wants to look for this country region, right, they will always get results from this country region page. So this country region page looks something like this: code, name, ISO code. Let's just go there. Go to definition. I just right clicked on the name and clicked on go to definition. And you can see the layout something like this: code, right, name, ISO code, ISO numeric code, address format, and this is same, right? So lookup page ID is just something whenever we want to see our data from a different page, we can specify this field will showcase the data from this table, right? So what we have done, we have provided, let me close this out. I said that whenever someone wants to see the data of country region table, they will always see this data from this page. Now you would tell me that how it is related, right? Now when I'm clicking on this country region field, this is a field from the customer table. And I'm clicking on this and it is showing me the date from the different table, right? Now how they are connecting. So on the customer card, they would have provided a relation between this field and the field from that customer field. So if I go to the customer table, let me just close this also. This is my customer table, right? And let's just go to the country field. If you cannot find it, press Control F and then find feature would be there. Just write country and the field would be there. So this is not the field. Yeah. So here you can see this is the field country region code, right? And then we have provided a table relation. So table relation and lookup field ID, they go hand in hand, right? First of all, I've created a relation between my country region code and this table country region by this table relation. And then I said that, okay, they both are now related. And when someone see data from this table, then they will always see it from the lookup page ID, right? So if I go here, I'll just say I have this customer page, customer card page, and in this I have a field country region code. So whenever, and it has some values also. Now these values I want from some another table, right? That table is country region code. It could have any other name also. So first of all, what I'll do, there are two steps. I would just connect these two tables. So on this customer table, this is my customer table, right? Okay. Right, I have written code like this, table, then ID 18 and the customer, and then I have written code like this. And inside this, I have this field, country region. First of all, I will create a relation between my this table and this table, country region. So for that, inside on which field I want to connect them, I will write table relation. This is a property that connects two tables. I write I want to connect this table with my country region table. Okay, this is the first step. Now these two tables are connected. The second step is whenever someone wants to populate this data, right? Which page will open? When I'll press this drop down, which page should open, right? So that I define in the lookup page ID. That whenever someone will open my country, lookup page ID on the country region table. So this is the country region table. I'm so sorry for my writing. And here in the lookup page ID, I say open country region page. Some page, lookup page that I have created, right? So two steps are there. First step is to create the relation and second step is to give the lookup page ID. Relation will relate these two tables and to view the data, we need to provide it a lookup page ID. Then whenever someone will open country region, right? So this page will open and here country region is connected with my customer table on this particular field. So whenever this particular field someone would open, they will go to this table and this table has this lookup page ID. Okay, I believe this should be clear. If any questions are there, just throw them in the Q&A chat window. Now, the same is with the drill down page ID, right? So if you have anything, right, on a singular page, and then you want to know it on a broader level, right? Drill down means to go one step below and to see all the details. Then we have the drill down page ID. So if we go here in the VS code, you will see this. So in customer table, we have the drill down page ID as customer list. So whenever someone will click on a customer from somewhere, so it will show you the customer list. Or if I show you this on the UI, on the UI, we have this balance field, right? On this balance field, whenever we click on this does not have any balance. Let me open someone that has some balance. So yeah, this customer has some balance. And whenever you can see that these are hyperlinks, whenever I'm clicking onto it, just see the page changing. I clicked on it and see the page has now changed to customer ledger entries. It's just I'm linking two pages, right? So that I can go in more detail. So this we do it from the drill down page ID. So if I go to my customer ledger entries, first of all, let me show you the balance field. This is a flow field, right? And this is being calculated somewhere. Now let me just go to the customer ledger entry table. Sure. So this is the customer ledger entry table, right? And they say that whenever someone wants to look in the customer ledger entry table, they will see it via the customer ledger entry page. So that is why we are coming here, customer ledger entries page, right? So this is the concept of lookup page ID and the drill down page ID. What we do, we just create relationship between those tables and then we fetch the data out of them, right? So this is how we create them. Now, the next property is the table type. So we have different type of table types available. If I go into the code and show you now, see, we do not have any table type here, right? Let us go to the demo table. This is our demo table that we were creating. I'll just click here and write table type and I say control space. Control space will give me options available for that particular key. So here you can see we have multiple options available. We have CDS. One second. We have CDS, Common Data Services Table, CRM, Exchange, External, Microsoft Graph, Normal, and Temporary. So every table that we have in Business Central, we consider that as normal. So by default, it's normal. So we do not have to write it. It's considered by default. Then if you want to create a temporary table, we write table type equal to temporary. That won't occupy any space in the database, right? Now, all these tables, we can create a view of these tables into our Business Central and can use the data from those tables here to here, right? So for that, we can specify the table type. If I want to show you, if we have some CRM tables available, I'll go to my object designer. Right. See, so this CRM system user, this is a table that is not a normal Business Central table. It's an outside table, right? And that we have given it a name, table type CRM, right? It's a data system user. And accordingly, we have created this different table. This is another CRM account. So in CRM, we have account, we have contacts, we have different tables available, right? If you want to get those things over here in Business Central, so we can do it via these tables. Okay. Now I want to find one more thing also. Let me close this. Okay. So by default, it's yes for all of them. Okay, so these are some of the properties that we have available. Then we have other properties also. You can always go to the document and learn about those properties whenever you want to learn about them. Okay, so there is a property extensible also. If you want your table to be not extendable or not, then you can set it to false. By default, it's true, right? We can extend the tables that we have created. But if you want to, if you do not want it to anyone to extend it, then you can set it as false. Then we have other properties also. So you can see these obsolete and all. Suppose you have created any object and you have given it to your client, right? And now in the next release, you have obsoleted that particular object. So what you can do, you can put these reasons, obsolete reason, obsolete state tag. So that first of all, you just let him aware of that these are obsolete, and then later on, maybe in the release, you can delete them. So these are for those permissions are for the permission that a person has on this table. So if I open the customer table, this is the object designer. I have this customer table. So see how many permissions. So this table has permission on this particular table data. Job we can only read from this customers, right? Our first read and read, delete. What type of permissions do we have? And if so, modify and all, right? So this is from this table, what permissions do we have? This is about that. And then there are other properties also. You can go and check them, right? The table type and all. So this was all about properties. Any problem is there, you can always tell them in the chat window. Now you can see that these are not like prettily assigned. So I want to format this. Either I can press on space and can format it, or what I can do, I can just right click on any of the black area and click on format document. And then it will automatically format my document. So this is a nice way of doing things. Now, the table is done, the properties are done. Now what we will do, we will create fields. So a table would have fields. Otherwise, what is the use of a table? So for that, we can provide fields like this. We have to write fields are encapsulated. All the field that has, they are encapsulated inside the outer fields. So if I like collapse this, you can see all the fields are gone. It means all the fields are inside this fields. And their S is there in the outer fields. It's not there inside because they're singular field, right? So we can give it an ID. We can give it any ID. Then we can give a name. So for shopping, this is the shopping table. So I'll write jeans, right? And jeans, I'll write the brand name. So I'll give it a data name. So I do not know what data to give. So I'll press control space to check what are the available data types to me, right? Control space. So here you can see these are the available data types that I can provide to my data. And big integer is for the integers, blob is for the media, right? Boolean, true, false. Code is just alphanumeric data, right? That we always or some mostly give to the primary key. And they are always changed to the uppercase letters in the UI. Date for date formula, calculation, date time. These are for the date data types, then decimal for floating points, duration for the duration between milliseconds duration between two time. Enum is for the options like enumeration. If you want to provide different options to a data type, you can provide it as enum here, right? Then GUID, it's the global unique identifier integer normal number. Media set is for the images. It's for single image. Media set is for a group of image. Option, option is just like enum, but in option we have to provide option every time when we are creating a object. Enum we can reuse it, right? So option can be male, female, or option can be colors, like colors can have option red, green, blue. So these are options. Record ID integers is the ID of the record. Table filter, text, time. These are all the filters. This you will see later on when we'll do the reports and queries and all. Text is for textual data and time is for time, right? So we can define it like that. So I'll say text, right? And for text, we need to define a length. So someone was asking me how we can find the length of a given field. So either you can go to the AL code, right, and can go and find the length of the given field. So suppose if I am here in the AL object designer and you want to find the field of length of the customer tables field, any of the field. So what you can do, you can go to the fields and can check the length here. Okay, right? So this is how we can define the field. Now I told you field also has some properties and triggers. So properties are always written at the top, right? So here I can press control space to check what are the available properties of a fields are. So here most of the things are similar, different, some things are different, like if its field is editable or not, if field is enabled or not, right? What are the field class? So field class we will see when we will learn about the field groups and all. Min, max value, init value, if it's not blank or not. So we can define it by the field properties. And then if you press enter one more time and press control space, you can find the triggers also by writing see. You can put triggers, procedures, and all also here. So you can if you do not remember the name of the trigger, what you can do, you can write T trigger, right? And then remove this on bot and press Control Space to check the available field triggers. So now we have on lookup and on validate. What would happen when someone look for this field, or what would happen when someone we want to validate this field? So we can provide that in the trigger option of fields, right? So this way snippets actually helps us a lot, right? We can give it a caption also if we want to. Otherwise, we can leave it like this. We can even remove this also. So this is one field. Now I want to add another field. One way is to copy and paste this, right? Other way, like Control C, I pressed and I press Control V. This way I can create the another field. So let me just create it with this first. So give it an ID, give it a name, and it's text. Okay. And the other way is to use the snippet. So what I'll do, I'll just put T in front of the object or sub object. So sub object is field. I'll put T field. And here you can see fields we have available for both table and pages. So how would you identify if this snippet is for a table field or a page field, right? So what we can do, we can provide we can see the description here. So this is a page field and this is a normal table field. And with this, we can provide an ID, name, and text. Okay. So this way we can define the fields of the table, right? And now I'm pressing Control S. No need because I've already on the auto save. Now, this was about table, the properties and the fields. The other things, let's just discuss after the break, okay? Because I think it's too much for you to like grasp. So now let me just see if any other questions are there. Okay. Okay, I'll explain quite slowly. I'm really sorry. So after the break, I'll try to explain slowly. How to disable validation from table requisition line, order date, as in nav, we comment the code. Okay, I think Chintu has provided the link. Okay, so see, this is the problem when we take the training with multiple people, right? Some has taken the functional training, some has not taken the functional training. When I was explaining about the functional thing, I got the comment that we have already attended the functional training. So when I said that, okay, you have already attended the functional training, I got this reply that we have not attended the functional training, some of you, right? This is very general and normal thing, no worries, because we have different candidates. We have over 147 attendees. They all, you all are coming from different backgrounds, different knowledge. Some are freshers, some are experts, right? So what I was doing, I was going from a single point of view that you do not know anything, right? And from there I am moving on. So from now onward, I'll move on like you do not know anything, and then I'll explain it all to you. Okay. So if you have taken the training, please be very like compassionate for the other people, because maybe they have not taken the functional training, right? So if you know anything that you think that, okay, we know this is very general, very generic, please be compassionate to other people, because maybe they do not know that thing. Okay. So yes, I'll explain that also. Do not worry. PPT in the drive is not shareable, but it helps us to understand. So we are giving you the courseware. So courseware has actually much more things than this PPT has. So this PPT is actually being created from that courseware itself, and the courseware would be mailed to you. So do not worry about the content. You will get a lot more out of that courseware than this PPT. Please again tell how to use caption ML. So yes, Chintu has given us caption ML. We just need to provide the country code and then equal to and then the text. So name is written in English name. In Danish, it is Navin. Espanol, Spanish is number. France is nom and ENC is name. So like that, we can give the caption ML. Okay. and you need a break. Okay, yes. So let's take a break of 15 minutes and then we'll come back. Let me open the timer. Okay, let's take a break of 20 minutes.